You guys is just tapping in. We have the amazing Jen to my juice is what I call her, but you guys know her as the new top badge Jen. Well, she kind of new. She in there now. Jen and Juice is in the building. Okay, and we have the amazing Angel Eyes in the building vibing. Jen, we're gonna start with you if you would. Let the live know what y'all have going on, what your name is, okay, and on and off the app.
Well, my name is Jen and Juice. Jen is my name, my real name. But you can find me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Red Room Talk. It is the hottest featured talk show. We're in the top 5 for talk shows on the app. So make sure, or excuse me, for shows on the app. So make sure y'all tap the in. Also tonight I have a pajama fave party. So make sure y'all pull up, get them faves. You trying to get your badge? Come get them 5,000 faves, okay? Okay, we're not gonna get you 5,000, but we're gonna help you. Okay, we're gonna help you every Friday at 8 p.m. Wear your PJs. It's a PJ fave party. Come in, come as you are. I don't care if you wear sweatpants, whatever. We like that. You feel me? Uh, other than that, just tap in with me on Instagram, y'all, and follow me because I have a show for every day of the week, pretty much. Tuesdays, cut the beat with G-Way. Thursdays, getting lit with Kingy, and then yeah, Friday, fave party. Saturday, Red Room. Late nights into early mornings, but I'm gonna switch. I'm starting to switch today. I'm gonna start switching to days. So that's
Mm.
me.
Well, I'm here for all of it. Okay, all 19 in one show. I'm
Yeah.
here for 'em. Okay, because she do got a lot of shows. But listen, I get it. You know, I get the vibes. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure that everybody hit that fave button, because we're gonna be at the shows. All right, make sure y'all pull up. All right, pull out. Now, Angel,
Yes.
hi girl.
Hey,
How you doing, girl?
I'm good.
If you would, love, tell the live who you are and what you have going on and off this app.
My name is Angel Eyez, and I got a big auction tomorrow.
Auction.
I'm first, y'all. I'm number one.
Okay.
8 p.m.
Y'all make sure
Eastern
y'all say
time. So I'm just live throughout the day. Usually it's nighttime. This is early. But it's okay. I love this show. Let's see. Off the app, I just lost my job, so I'm looking for a job.
got you.
Total
Oh, good
honesty.
look. Okay,
Thank
good
you.
look.
I do have a show that I do every Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern time. CEO Infraja is gonna be on it tomorrow.
Yes. I will be on the show tomorrow. Make sure y'all check
Yay.
in. So make sure y'all hit her with that fave too. If y'all want to come and see a good vibe, make sure y'all hit both of these ladies with the fave. Okay. Because I done been look, Jen, I pretty much was living on her show at some point. But make sure, look, that show is a vibe too. Make sure y'all go and tap in. Very hot feature show, very
Yes.
hot show coming up. So we appreciate that. To those who are requesting the box, we are currently in a show. We are on Living Holistic with Empress J. This is every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We have the amazing Jen to my juice is in the building. We have the awesome Angel Eyes in the building, vibing out holistically today. And we have come to the point of our affirmations. And I am just here for these affirmations today.
I can breathe really hard.
You know what? It be Jen face every time look, y'all don't know the relationship that me and Jen have, but her face is serving so much life right now. But whenever it comes to the affirmation, she cracks me up like this. So with her cracking me up and just being so high in spirit, I think I want to start with her. Jen, would you like to repeat after me?
Repeat after me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. All righty. I am enough.
I am enough.
I love myself for who I am.
I love myself for who I am.
I create my own happiness.
I create my own happiness.
Who and what is for me will be.
Who and what is for me will be.
You better say it with your chest. My
Who and
life is Don't you do me like that. Okay, my bad. All right. My life is filled with abundance of goodness.
Say the last part again.
My life is filled with abundance of goodness.
My life is filled with abundance of goodness.
Mm. There is power in accepting.
There is power in accepting. I don't know why I want to laugh right now. I'm sorry.
Because I'm looking at you. There is power in letting go.
There is power in letting go.
I say, definitely, definitely, definitely needed. Angel, are
Yes.
you ready to repeat after me, darling?
Yes.
Yes. I can tell y'all now this show is going to be pretty goofy, but know that we are
I'm gonna
very
cry.
serious
I
with the
think I'm
message
gonna
we're
cry.
delivering. Well, I'm not going to say don't cry because crying is releasing.
Oh, I cried on the show
Releasing,
before. Listen.
hell, is necessary. Releasing is healing. How can you heal if you're not releasing what's causing you any type of this habit, chaos, low vibrational energy that you got to let go of? So yeah, I'm all for the tears, honey. Let it flow. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. I was gonna give y'all a little vocal, but y'all ain't ready for that. Okay, so Angel, are
Yes.
you ready to repeat after me?
Yes.
All right. I am enough.
I am enough.
I love myself for who I
I
am.
love my. Oh my bad.
No,
I
I
love
love myself
myself
for who I am.
for who I am.
I create my own happiness.
I create my own happiness.
Who and what is for me will be.
Who and what is for me will be.
My life is filled with abundance of goodness.
My life is filled with abundance and goodness.
There is power in accepting.
There is power in accepting.
There is power in letting go.
There is power in letting go.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. All right, so you guys that are just tuning in, Supreme Rising to everyone. We are currently in Living Holistic with Empress J. This is every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We just went over our affirmations together that I feel is very necessary for the topic today. Um, mm, the topic, Jen. No, remove the hand, Jen. We're here for the topic. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Thank you to whoever's holding those hearts down. I've been looking. I'm like, oh, do somebody love me or not? Thank y'all very much for the heart. All right, the topic of today: if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna say it one more time for the ones in the back that had, they was back there talking to eat snacks and they was grabbing the chip bag and they couldn't hear me. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Shay. All right. With that, I'm going to give you the tools you can use of the day. If something's broke, fix it. If you don't know how, learn. If you're not willing to learn, don't complain about it. If it can't be fixed, then accept it and move on. This came from one of the quoting sites that I vibe with. It's called idlehearts.com. Idlehearts.com. All right. Let me tell y'all something. This topic gonna be a little deep today. So for you guys that's new to this show and you have never been to my show, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. In here, we heals in here. We heals with love in here. We heals with light. Okay. So the whole motive in behind this show that's been created is for people to come into positivity, for them to be able to be in a safe space, for them to heal in their own way. Okay. So let's just make sure that in the comments, you guys, I want to see you interacting, but interacting positivity. All right. So with that being said, we are brought to our Q&A section. Hmm. Any, mini, miny, mo. Catch it tight, bars, toe. If it happens. No, okay. I think I'm going to start with Angel.
Okay.
Angel, how you doing? You feeling all right?
I'm feeling all right.
I know that's right. All right. Have you ever tried to fix an unbroken situation? How did that affect you?
I don't think so.
No, no. Because this is in all aspects, right? So it's not just relationships, it's not just friendships. It could be a job, it could be anything. If you know that it's unhealthy for you, it could be a bad habit.
Tried to fix
Has
an
it,
unbroken thing.
it unbroken, broken, anything? Well, I'm gonna say unbroken. It could be a good habit that you could have tried to. You know what I'm saying? Any. Let me. Okay. Let me put it like this. If you knew that something wasn't good for you, but you continued to act upon this situation anyway,
Oh, that's the same thing. Yes. Yes.
because it's the same in any aspect. You can look at unbroken as in, look, this situation right here is
Isn't
not for
good.
you to deal with. You see what I'm saying? Like you just gotta, know which is which. So, with that being said, have you ever? And if you haven't, you haven't. If you
Definitely
have
have.
never had an unbroken situation that you tried to fix, a situation that you know you shouldn't, you should. Well, no, I'm sorry, because I have this same question in the other form. Have you ever had a situation that was not meant to be messed with? Like it was perfectly fine, wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was good, the flow was right, but you wasn't right. It could be you wasn't right in that situation, and you tried to act upon what was right for you, but because you're not right, it conflicted. So, have you ever been in that type of situation? And if so, how did that affect you? If not, then you haven't.
Um, it's caused the loss of friendships.
Wait, no, I did that because I did that because I think that's one of the very situations on and off this app that people try to fix that don't need to be played with. Like you just need to either let it go
Yeah.
or just let it go. You see what I'm saying? Like it's on and off this app. So that definitely was something that was in the back of my mind. These unwanted and wanted friendships. You see what I'm saying? And I said what I said. But go ahead, love. I'm listening. If you was continue.
It's just called a lot of times you lose friendships, or there's friendships that you need to like smell. My Daisy said sometimes you just need to let go, and you don't want to let
So
go.
that be the problem. That be the problem.
I don't have that
Okay,
problem.
Jen. I
I
was just about
move
to say
on.
Jen, because Jen was ready. She's like,
Look, bye. I think just to kind of touch on what she said, like for me, when I have to let my life, especially when it comes to like friends or relationships that I know that aren't healthy, it's kind of like the tide. You let it come when it comes, and let it go when it goes. You have to
mm-hmm.
allow yourself because you working against God if you try to hold on to relationships. They're gonna keep hurting you.
Hello.
You gotta let go.
Hmm. That part.
But for me, I'll just give you a situation. So uh, when I first kind of started dating after my divorce, I felt like I had to dumb down my goofy. Like I had to like I'm like I gotta be more lady. Like I need to go take lady classes because I'm too funny. Like I
Yeah.
I'm too boyish. I grew up with all brothers and I cuss and I felt like I had to change those parts of me because I felt like I had to be more easily digestible to a man. I had to show the more all the feminine all the time. But I found that upon being myself that I actually attracted more people and the right kind of people by being myself and being because a lot of people when you're funny they think you're stupid, but really that's not. You actually for you to be funny you have to be really smart and intelligent
Really
and have
smart.
that hit
Yes.
so the things that people end up loving the most out of me, I was like trying to mold myself to what I thought they wanted and I stopped doing that. So I was trying to fix something that wasn't broken because I'm not broken. So
Never was. Exactly.
I had to really start being coming as myself. I had to show like, what, this is me. I'm funny. I'm smart. I'm beautiful. I'm all of these things in one, and I don't have to choose to be one thing. I can be all the things. You can't fit me in a box.
Sashay.
Heart.
I know that's right. And I'm looking down at the comments. I want to make sure I reference to the comments too. Um, I'm going back to smell my daisy. It was a comment that I saw. Let me go back to it because it really did. Trying to fix something that isn't broken will cause you to break or crack other relationships or situations. Energy is a transfer, y'all. The energy transfer. It doesn't die. It transfers. So whatever energy that you put out is gonna come back to you, right? So if you have this experience with somebody else, and this is the experience that you chose to continue to move on with, if that situation breaks and you go into dealing with somebody else, and you go into vibing with somebody else, you can't even go into that situation new or whole with them because you're still sitting on what was previously done. You gotta heal before you go into those type of situations because you're gonna break other people, and that becomes a cycle. See what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate Daisy's coming in and saying that comment as well, for sure. Like, thank you for that comment. And my apologies, Jen. Like, I definitely agree. I feel like your humor, and I'm just gonna put it out there, y'all, because Jen funny. If y'all have never tapped in with Jen, is funny, okay? But her humor has never been a negative to me. I've never seen negative in that. I've always, if you are able to make someone smile, do you know how much energy and frequency is in smiling,
Mhm.
laughing, building that within yourself on a regular basis? Supreme rising to everyone coming in, y'all. My apologies, y'all know we gotta tap in. Welcome to Living Holistic with Empress J. This is every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. If you're just getting here, it is okay. We're not mad. Just make sure you be here at 10 a.m. next time. But it's okay. This show is recorded. You can go into my bio, go like, subscribe, follow everything that's in there. We got the beautiful top badge, Gin and Juice in the building. We have the beautiful angel eyes in the building. Y'all, so make sure that y'all fave them, tap in with them, and catch that good, beautiful energy that they have given out here. Okay. All right. So, Jen, you look like you had something you wanted to say.
You read that very well. I don't.
I mean, we've been rocking for too long
I
for not
know.
to read you
But
now.
I think what people didn't really understand and where like my humor really resonated from. So like for me, like honestly, it was the reason why I make people laugh, and not so often just now, but where it kind of started from and rooted from was because I seen in other people like the sadness. So for me, if I could make someone laugh and they didn't realize I was dealing with my own. And so making other people laugh made me laugh. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, like you said, that energy transfer. Me
That's
helping other
right.
people, it was like kind of bounced back off on me. Like I would, people would reflect back onto me, and it's like I laugh, I cry just as much as I laugh, and the reason is I'm paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So for me, they didn't really realize, like, yeah, the goofiness. They would think, oh, someone who's goofy is dumb, but no, I did it for a reason. I wanted to make people laugh because I knew if just for that moment that they were laughing, that they weren't sad, because I often felt that sadness. So that's really where my humor kind of is rooted from.
And honestly, we talk about this in this show all the time. Be a light to somebody. Because, like we said, what you put out is what you get back. You being a light to somebody, they smiling and grinning and laughing and having a good time, sitting and living in high vibration. That's going to come back to you. That energy will be poured right back into you because you're seeing the effect that you give. And that effect makes you smile, makes you laugh, makes you vibe with what's going on because it makes you feel good. And that's how we heal ourselves from the inside, pouring out good energy because it's going to come back. Smiling, laughing, loving, that heals from the inside. Crying, releasing, that heals from the inside. So you're not doing nothing wrong. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. So thank you for allowing yourself to do that because some people won't even give themselves 10 minutes out the day to cry, to laugh, just to focus on building themselves so that they can be better for somebody. You see what I'm saying? So thank you for doing that. So you guys are just tapping in. Y'all make sure y'all hit these fave buttons. Thank you to everybody that's faving. Okay. Yes, definitely appreciate. Listen, you got to appreciate everything about you because everything that comes with you builds you to be better for tomorrow. So remember that. Okay. All right. So we're going to go into question number 2. And this time I'm going to start with the gin to my juice. Okay. Are you ready, Donya?
I'm ready, baby. I'm
Okay.
ready.
Mm.
Learn.
Yeah, you gotta excuse us. 'Cause when we get together, we ain't no good. I'm just letting y'all know. All right. So going back to question number one, okay, and I'm just gonna repeat the question in case you guys didn't hear it. It was, have you ever tried to fix an unbroken situation? And if so, how did that affect you? Now, question number two is, in these situations, we tend to forget the process needed to heal from broken situations. Have you healed from this experience? And what was your method?
I'm gonna be honest. So, you know, honestly, getting on this app really changed it for me because at the time, like I said, I was going through a divorce. I was dating. I was feeling really insecure, and because of like the abuse that I went through in my marriage, I really felt like I my voice was nothing. Like I felt like who would want to come listen to me, who would want to talk to me. But I had all these people like, girl, you need to be streaming, girl, and I just felt like I didn't deserve that platform. And so for me, the way that I healed it is just allowing myself to the belief system. Even I had to fake it till I made it in the beginning, but I had to allow myself to believe that I was worthy of that until I finally felt like I did. Because and it came from a place of, so like, okay, in a relationship when you're going through that, you really want that what's the word, that resolution with that person. I can't think of the word right now, but you want that
Closure.
Closure. Yeah.
closure. You really want that closure. So when that finally came, it was like 4 years later, and I realized in that moment, I think this is what really did it for me. When I got it, I did not need it. I didn't need it because I had the closure within myself. I had already built up, like he no longer knew the woman I was at that moment. And I think that was enough for me to realize that I had finally was able to bloom into the person I was always meant to be, because I was held back in this cage with a man that didn't deserve me. So when I finally broke free, girl, I broke free. I was allowed to be free for who I was. I could be goofy and not have to feel bad about it. I could laugh again. Like I swear, I don't think I laughed for like 2 years, So, just to experience, you know, feeling like people actually cared about me, even though it was just an app. It's not just an app. I've met
Something
people
else.
who I talk with off the app. People who are a staple in my life. I have had many conversations, sometimes hours with Empress, about things. So to have these conversations, to make these connections, to feel not so alone in a world that I felt really alone in, I think that was really detrimental for me. For people just to love you, to allow them to, because I wouldn't. I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm not. Why would you want to come listen to me? But
Right.
when I said, it was like when I started talking, I couldn't stop. It was like, So I think
So
that for me was
kind
just
of
seeing that people actually liked what I had to say.
Because I do. What would you say, Angel?
it's kind of therapeutic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of people that come to this app, and they come with one particular motive, but by the time they really get deep into the app and start to vibe with certain people, you will see this app is therapeutic if it's done in that light. Like I said, what you put on here is what you're gonna get back from here. So if you put any type of negative energy on this app, you're gonna get negative energy back. It may not come today, it may not come tomorrow, but it's gonna come. And that's the energy you don't want to give yourself at any point of time in your life. So I've been on here in situations where, you know what I'm saying, I was battling with me mentally. And it was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? But I came on, and that's why I always salute the people that I vibe with on this app. And I always salute my game. Like, they don't even, I don't think people know how many times I've come on this app and it's just like everybody look at Impy and it's like, oh, Impy don't never have any issues. Like she's never dealing with nothing. No, I'm the one that's probably dealing with more than you ever could think of, because of how much, as an empath, how much I take on each day. And that burns a lot on your mental, a lot, which eventually works down to the physical. So To me in so many aspects, like, yeah, this has been very therapeutic for me to be able to vibe with the people that I'm vibing with, and they've done what they've done. You know what I mean? So I agree. I agree. Definitely agree. Supreme rising to everyone. Hi, welcome to Living Holistic with Empress J. Y'all know I got to put this show tag up in here because if I don't, I'm gonna get fined. Okay, and I ain't trying to get fined. Okay, well, welcome to Living Holistic Empress J. Every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We have the beautiful top dash Jen to my juices in the building. We have the amazing Angel Eyes is in the building. So make sure you guys are hitting us all with that fave. Okay, and go like, subscribe, follow everything. I'm sure it's in all of our bios. So make sure you guys go. It don't take that long, and it's free. It's free. Y'all ain't got to pay for it. Okay? So, y'all know if it's free, it's going to be hello. Now, not everything, no, because y'all know. Not everything. All right. So, this brings us to question number 3. Dead poor, period. Now, I'm going to start with Jen. And I got to start with Jen on this question because I really want to know her answer. At times, we tend to lose ourselves trying to continuously put pieces in places that do not fit. In what way have you gained back your love for self in these experiences?
Repeat it one more time.
This is what I gotta deal with, y'all. Okay. At times, at times we tend to lose ourselves trying to continuously put pieces in places that do not fit. In what way have you gained back? Because I know we all done been in this situation. There's nobody that has not been in this situation. Okay. If you have, then if you haven't, you just perfect in it. Okay. But in what way have you gained back your love for self in these experiences?
Well, going back to my marriage, I lost myself to the point I can tell you well, left the marriage, I walked out with a garbage bag and my dog. I had maybe 2 outfits and my dog. I left everything. I didn't want it. I didn't want none of it. And I left a broken person. I don't think I spoke a word for at least 2 weeks. And I made a promise to myself when it came for me, because I was kind of in denial at first. I remember one day I was taking a shower, and I know it's crazy, but I was taking a shower, and maybe it was just the cleansing or whatever it was. But I remember what it was. I realized it wasn't even the things that he did to me. It was what I accepted in myself. It was what I accepted from him. That was the issue because I accepted it for all those years. And I remember I just started sobbing like, you allowed someone to break you, and I vowed that I was going to figure out whatever it was that was inside of me that would allow that. And I think that's something I still am searching, like, how did that even happen? Like, how did I allow that? How did that happen? I think for me, um dating again and realizing that not everyone is him, not everyone is like him, and that not everybody's out to get you, you know what I mean? And not even that, but for myself, that I didn't need to be validated by another person. I was single for 8 years and I took that's a lot of time with myself, okay? But I had to have that, I think. Honestly, it's probably too long, because in that you create this protective layer. And so when you start building that wall around yourself, right? You have this wall, you're building it, you're protected, right? Nobody can get in. But what I realized was that, yeah, I'm protecting myself with this wall, but I also, nobody can get in and love me neither. So now I'm at this place of in my life now, well, now I'm starting to remove these bricks and allowing myself to be vulnerable enough to allow people to love me. And we're not just talking about relationships, I'm talking about friendships too. Because going through what I went through, I mean, my ex-husband tried to sleep with my best friend. So I have a very deep, like, I have a hard time connecting. You'd not believe it, but I have a hard time sometimes connecting with women because I have a distrust for them. Even my best friends, some of my best friends that I started out with on here, crossed me so hard that I couldn't, it was really hard for me. So now I've started creating these friendships and these relationships with people that I probably would have never allowed myself to before, because I was so afraid of someone double crossing me or someone hurting me in that way. So right there, like I said, that wall was up there. So nobody, you can't hurt me, but nobody could love me neither. So now here I am taking down these bricks to allow people in, because this is the thing about protecting yourself. You know, when you don't allow people to love you, like, you start to push people away, and that's something I did subconsciously. So now I have to be like, you know what, sometimes you have to remove those bricks to allow that vulnerability, because vulnerability, that's it's scary, but it's also beautiful, because you'll see that in turn your vulnerability is strengthening someone for someone else.
But
You know, because they can see that when they allow yourself, even during my show. A lot of people don't realize my show is very therapeutic for me too. I get to talk about things that I don't normally talk about, and to see, you know, that other people deal with those same things. And even on here talking, you know, knowing that, you know, people have had similar situations, that no matter who you are, where you're from, what color you are, if you're an alien, whatever it is, that we are all the same. We all want love and to be loved in return. So I think that was kind of it for me.
I definitely agree. Um, so you guys that just tapping in, we are going over the topic. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And today has been pretty deep because we're actually going into personal things when it comes to this topic. A lot of the topics that I have, they get kind of personal at times. But this topic itself was deep to me because I see how we tend to hold on to situations that we either don't supposed to hold on to, or we let go of what's beneficial for us, and how scarred and how broken we are when it comes to actually moving past these situations that we made these mistakes in.
And I think
You see
people
what I'm
often
saying?
are so defined by their traumas, or so defined by those things, that when they don't have those, they don't realize, like, they almost feel like a loss of control, because they're hanging on to those broken things because they were defined by it for so long. It's almost like comfort. And that makes no sense, does it?
So
But
true.
people
Yeah.
do, they hang on to it. Like with my ex-husband, he was a comfort to me. I knew I had a home to live in. I knew I had all this, but I had to allow myself to let go of those, be vulnerable, so I could grow, right? Because I was being
Right.
stunted. I was left in the dark in this hole. I was like a plant, right? You don't feed it light and sunlight and water it and fertilize it and cultivate it,
Hmm.
it's gonna die. I was dying. And it came down to, it was him or me. And I wanted to live. So I had to come back out into the sunlight, start fertilizing myself, start watering myself so I could grow. And here I am, living
I'll show you.
another day.
Big, beautiful sunflower.
I relate to that. I relate so much to that because I just got a divorce. Well, really, it's been a year, but like we still live together because I still have to get my own stuff, and I'm like feeling the growth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's necessary. But I'm gonna tell you right now, like you won't really know how that growth really feels until that whole thing is just gone. Like it's just you sitting and facing everything, because that's where the healing process begins. You actually get to utilize the strength that you were created with. And you never know. That be the thing. A lot of people don't really know. And I said this before. You don't know how strong you really are until you have to utilize that strength. You've been sitting in hiding and sitting in weakness for so long. Like Jen was just saying, for so long, she depended on her husband. That was the which not the wrong thing to do. That's what you're supposed to do as a wife. Your husband is supposed to take care of the outside things as you take care of the inside things. That's just how it's supposed to go. That's why we're built the way we're built. But once you have gotten so complacent with being in one place, hello,
You
once
stick
you've
with
gotten
it.
stuck there and you have to go through that process, once you alone and you in that room or wherever, that car, wherever you are, and you're by yourself, officially alone, that's where the process begins. That's where everything begins. So that's why I'm glad that Jen came and told her story, because there's so many people that's dealing. It's not that situation exactly, but there's several people dealing with the fact of needing to heal from different situations. It doesn't matter what it is. So that's why I'm glad that she opened up, because she's giving you tools you can use to heal yourself from situations. That's not just a situation with an ex husband. That's a situation with departing from a job. That's a situation from departing from whatever is causing you havoc in your life. That you're gonna feel pain before you feel pleasure. That's the whole process of growth and healing. That's what that is. So Jen, thank you for your message because that was definitely needed. And as you can see in the comments, they made it very clear that that was needed. So thank you, Angel.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, right? And this is off the. This ain't even in here. This ain't even.
Oh boy.
No, and you're more than listen. If you don't want to answer, be like imp, no imp. Be like, okay, I get.
Okay.
I listen to you when you talk, and this is just throughout the show. I've been listening. Being in the situation that you're in right now, is that situation causing you weakness, like as far as like mentally? Because you can actually, and I don't mean like, oh, the situation with him. I mean like self. Because even though you be in these situations with people, just like Jen said, she depended on him the whole 9 yards. Even though you get in these situations with people, thinking outside that situation with that person, mentally, within yourself,
I think it
do
is.
you, yeah, because
It's
I can feel it real
I
strong, and
felt
it's
that too,
really,
because if you
hard.
mention it more than once, it's
yes,
bothering you.
yes, it's sitting on me. I can see it,
It's
I can
hard.
feel it, like I can feel that, and
It's
it's
hard.
really doing something to my spirit. So I had to ask, like, and I mean right now, right here, because I
It's,
can see it in your eyes. I can feel it.
it's hard. It's hard because like we were married 8 years, and like a lot of people were like, because I was the one was I was like, we're done, and I'm talking with my hands. My hands are down there. I was like, we're done, and a lot of times I'm like, well, I don't need to cry because I wanted it. I don't need to do this and that, but really, it does affect me a lot because I just got out of an 8 year relationship,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I still gotta heal, get through all that. I'm okay. I'm getting through it, and then just losing my job. It's like, dang, back to square one.
So you feel like a loss of power, a loss of control over your own life.
Hmm.
And I could sense that when the first time she mentioned, even the loss of her job, like it was like it's this is the thing
It's like,
for I guess my quick advice for you is um control the things that you can and let go of the things that you can't. When you know that it's not if you can't fix it in 15 minutes, you got to let it go. You cannot fix it in 15 minutes. You got to let it go. And that's something I had to tell myself because I am a chronic overthinker. I'm an empath and I would focus on something I would zone on. And it could be something months away or something that's hypothetical in my mind that I'm worried about. And I just had to start telling myself when you worry about something, you actually put yourself through it twice.
And right there, I'm gonna tell you this. Write these situations down. I think this is where people don't really give themselves time to face reality of the situation because you have to face that this is reality, right? Because so many people live in this fairy tale world, and that's not what we're in. Write this stuff down. Put it on paper. Read it. Understand what the situation, and then you burn it. You let it go.
Yep.
Get rid of it because this is a burden on you. And when you, and one thing about fire is that it releases, it
Yep.
gets rid of. Okay, it's no longer here. Burn that paper and let that mindset channel in. Like this is my reality, and I can't heal from this reality if I don't take the steps forward to heal from this reality. First thing first, reality check.
Yep.
First thing first,
And sometimes
reality check.
redirection is the blessing. You might end up finding the dream job of your dreams.
Hmm.
And I even tell people like the other day, a friend of mine, they were driving, they forgot something, so they had to go back, and they were so upset. I could see it in their face. Their face was getting red, and they were so mad over forgetting something. And I had to say it like this. I was like, "Look, I understand you're upset, but you don't know if God just saved your life. You don't know if you would have made it through that light and someone would have missed a stoplight. That 5 minutes of trekking back could have saved your life. So sometimes you got to look at those things and say, you know what, maybe that was just my blessing.
Definitely,
That part.
definitely. I'm gonna say, and this is the thing: if you hold on, this just like you living in a house with a hoarder, and this hoarder just holding on to every little aspect of what they can. How can you receive your bigger blessing if you still holding on to what's blocking your blessing? So you got to remember that, like, keep yourself in mind when you're going through these processes. And Jen, me and Jen, they had quite a few conversations, y'all. I'm telling y'all, that me and this woman, we talk. Release those things that's not for you. Gratitude to what's coming for you. And I mean that because we have to release a lot of what's going on in our life so we can receive what's supposed to come into our life. So I'm glad that Jen said that. I just wanted to tell you that, like, don't look at letting go as a bad thing because you have to receive, you will receive beautiful things for those that you let go, the things you let go that's not supposed to be around you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was blocking it in the first place. All right. And I'm glad, thank you, Jen, for saying what you said because I just kept seeing it. I'm just like, I gotta.
I noticed it.
You
You
got
know,
to dig
I try
deep.
to point out things because I know for me, I have things that I do and people will notice it. And sometimes it's like, you come in your live and they're like, what's wrong? What's wrong with your face? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm like, stop asking me. I'm trying to get over it. So, I don't
Yeah.
want to
The
point out, it's
regular
like
people in my
pointing out the
lives, they can
obvious. Like, I'm
tell.
having a
They
hard time
know.
right now. I'm trying to be on the live, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to just do my thing. So it's like,
Be in peace.
you could tell that instead of asking me what's wrong, how about you like make me laugh? Like that's what I do for people. So not that saying that everybody works the same way, but if you see someone, message me in the inbox and be like, "Are you good, girl? Like, hey, you need anything?" Instead of like, now you're publicly making me feel bad because I don't even realize sometimes. She knows. Sometimes I don't even realize that I'm making a face. And I'll be like, my face delivers me every time. I try so hard. Either I'm getting red. I definitely, with my albino self, cannot hide that at all. You
She's
know,
so irky. She's so irky. But
So
go ahead. I'm sorry, Jen. I mean,
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, like, with Jen, the one thing that I realized because everybody's not gonna be that person, right? Everybody's not gonna be that person that brings that energy like you bring that energy. But like she said, even if you get in the inbox, even if you put a hootie hoo out there, y'all start checking on y'all people.
That
That's
part.
important. Start speaking them affirmations. This is why we do the affirmations every show. Speak them affirmations into your people, man. Be a light to your people because you never know what they going through could help strengthen you.
Mm-hmm.
What you're putting out there could is gonna come back to you. That strength within self. Build
For sure.
yourself. So I agree to that. I agree that for 100%. Um, well, that was the one of my final questions that they just basically went ahead and answered anyway, But the question was, if you had to give anyone advice today on the topic at hand, what would it be?
Oh, I got more.
And
I got more.
I know you do. But before we go into that question, which will be the last question of the live, welcome to Living Holistic with Infrastructure. This is every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Y'all, we be getting so wrapped up in these questions and getting into the conversation that if them little show, the little title, little tag ins, I be trying to catch up with the time, but it don't always work in my favor. Hello. But with that being said, I'm gonna start with Jen because I know Jen is already on tens of twos. If you had to give anyone advice today on the topic at hand, what would it be?
Quit putting expectations on yourself. First of all, don't put expectations on you. When you put pressure on yourself, allow yourself to just go with the flow. Sometimes you're really pushing against the current. And I think you have to go with the flow. Things happen for a reason. Like I said, I was talking about the friend that, got lost in the mix and was 5 minutes late outside of the, but take things for what they are and not what you want them to be. And I think, often we look into what we want something to be so bad that we actually end up missing out on opportunities that could really make us grow.
Oh
And for me,
God.
I know that I've done that. I'm a prisoner of my own thoughts here sometimes. Sometimes I overthink things until like I wasn't even sad, but now I've done overthought myself into now I'm sad for no reason. What the heck? I've done, overthought myself into a worry that wasn't there because I was overthinking it. I wanted to fix something that wasn't broke. And, you know, it's okay to not be perfect. And I think for a lot of us, we want to be this perfect version of ourselves. But sometimes the imperfect version of ourselves is perfect for somebody else.
Or just perfect for ourselves, honestly. Like
Yeah.
y'all be really
We
putting
put so
too
much
much.
pressure to be this perfect
Yeah.
person. You know what I
And
mean?
y'all doing this for other people. It's not even for you. Like, what naturally makes you happy? Because maybe what's working for you may not work for anybody else, but it's working for you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's working for you. It's elevating you. It's getting you in a position where you're winning. You're
Yeah.
not sitting in. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about yourself. Quit trying to act upon what everybody else confirmations are. We don't need everybody else confirmation. You are your
When you
confirmation.
start to put like other people's expectations on yourself, I think that's when it's like the thief of
That's
all
the
happiness.
problem.
Start to worry about, and I know I do it. I'll be like, well, no, if I don't do that, they're gonna be upset, or I'm gonna. But sometimes I'm overthinking. It might not even be the case. It might not even be the case. I've done overthought myself into something that wasn't even there. And that's why I say, and allow yourself to stop worrying and or take the time not worry. Like she said, write it down, burn it, throw it out. Because like I said, when you worry, you actually put yourself through that pain twice.
I agree. You put it through a multiple times because it's continuous.
Yeah.
That's continuous.
And I
Like,
know I'm a worry wart really bad. So I have to consciously tell myself sometimes, like, okay, listen, is this something that we're really dealing with, or is this something that you're creating, as a form of self sabotage? Because we
mm-hmm,
don't realize we do that out of fear of something, right? I'm gonna self
mm-hmm.
sabotage because I fear this. So, but you ultimately end up creating the very thing you're afraid of.
Yep, I
So allow
definitely
yourself
agree
to
with
go with
that.
the flow. When something comes, let it, and when it goes, let it. We spend so much time trying to fix broken relationships that we did not break. When someone is not meant to be in your life and they leave, leave them there. When I had no choice in my marriage to walk, I ran. I ran. And it was the best thing I ever done for myself, honestly. Because had I not done that, I think about how different my life would be. I would never have met any of you. I would never have met any of you. I would never have met any of you. And that for me, I think when I like really look back, like, man, how much different would our life be? I don't honestly, I don't think I would be here. And I know because I was in that mindset. I didn't want to be here anymore. I was in a very ugly mindset. And that's why I said I knew if I didn't get out, it was him or me. And I chose me.
That's right. I know that's right. Now,
Choose you. There's
especially
my advice. Choose you always.
choose. Look. I look. Say it for louder for the ones in the back.
Be true to yourself. Choose you. And that doesn't mean, in relationships, always choose yourself. No, that means in your heart of hearts, always choose what hurts you. Look, always move when your heart is in it. Don't move if your heart's not in it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it.
But you got to be careful too, though. I think that's the thing where we tend to make mistakes. You got to be careful because we're still humans, so we make these mistakes with our emotions rather than us being logical about things. You know what I'm saying? Like, be more use your logical before you use your emotional.
Mhm.
Your logical feature is gonna process it and it's gonna actually get you what you know what I'm saying, what you need to roll with. Your emotions, you put too much into it, take too much out of it. Everything is done and how you want it to be done. And that's not always the case. Sometimes you're actually wrong. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with Jen also, but I also would put that on there. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that in mind. My bad, Angel. You was supposed to be an answer. And I apologize. Yeah, me and Jen be going. But Angel, if you had any advice today on the topic at hand, if it's not broken, don't fix it. What would it be?
This is just in my spirit. Allow yourself to heal.
I say.
Let yourself heal. Because, like, when you leave a broken situation, you still got to heal from it. Because
I
then you're
say.
going to go to an unbroken situation and break it.
Mm, that was that was. I'm sorry, I need to stay on TikTok. But no, seriously, you gonna go, you gonna go into another situation, and you gonna, like you said, unbroken to broken, and that becomes a cycle. Hurt people, hurt people.
You're gonna bleed on someone who didn't even cut you.
Man, and then what you do? Burn bridges,
Yep.
Yes.
If you
mess
don't
up
fix
the. You know what I'm
that,
saying?
you're gonna build the same house that you left with the because you brought them same bricks from
Okay.
your past, and you're gonna build the same house.
Yep.
You have to, like I said, let things be where they lie. Sometimes you gotta remove yourself from a situation so you can move forward as yourself. Because I think we get so defined by other people or other people's expectations that we forget at the end we are our longest relationship till death
Forever and
do us
always.
part. Okay, and still in
That's
spirit.
right. And we still gonna be moving around
Still
here when we
in
transition.
spirit.
You know.
Okay, I'm haunt all of y'all now. Okay, I'm haunt all of y'all.
No, no, hunt.
It's
She
gonna
probably would hunt me, y'all. She probably would hunt me down. I am. I usually don't let folk in here until the show is over, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you in the box.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but yeah.
What's going on?
I had to chime in on, what everybody was saying because I previously got done with a relationship about 2, 3 months ago. But it wasn't the relationship that I was kind of healing from. It was kind of my family. My
Hmm.
family has taken me through the Richter's this year. Richter's. And the relationship on top of dealing with my family, it kind of put me at a point where I'm slowly breaking. And I kind of peep myself, kind of, how can I put it? Kind of not myself lately. Me and my boo have talked literally in the freezer at my job, crying my ass off because I'm literally I'm slowly dying. I'm slowly losing me right now. And just like how my boo was saying, it's not even about a relationship. It's about everything in general. You can be honestly hurting from anything. And I'm hurting because I'm dealing with a lot with my family. Like, I believe in family. I believe in, that love that, if I'm there for you, you there for me. But sometimes you gotta let certain people go. And I'm starting to see that now. I'm
like
starting to really peep. Say that again.
so it's like
No, no,
season two, like
no.
the leaves in the fall when they fall away, right? That's sometimes it comes so that way in the spring it can grow again, right? So you gotta let them
Hmm.
leaves fall so you can grow again. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts, especially when it's your family. And that's something that was a really hard lesson when I got sick and everyone kind of abandoned me, including my family. And I had to tell myself, you know what? Like I just said, I am my longest relationship. As long as I got me and I love me, that's all I need. That's all I
Yeah.
need. Now, I want other people in my life and I do need other people. But the fact of the matter is, I'm my longest relationship. So if I don't love me, how can I create these other healthy relationships? You got to allow yourself, even when it's family. And I think we stick, and that's something that we really, as a society, need to fix is the idealistic that just because someone's family, that we should allow abuse or we should allow these negative
Yeah.
things surrounding them. And that because we're tied to them and by blood, that we have to know sometimes even family you got to let it go so
And
you can grow. Let them
that's
leaves
the
fall, baby. Let them leaves fall so you can grow in the spring, and that's just when your healing comes.
and I gotta be honest, I think that relationship happened because I think that relationship did what it did because it was like a breaking point. Okay, you gotta separate yourself from this shit. Like some gotta give.
This stuff. We still featured. I'm listening though.
I'm sorry. But you got I
Nah,
felt
you
like that
good. You good.
relationship just kind of broke, just kind of gave the kid like just it was just done and over with, and it kind of broke me. So it was like I wasn't
There
really
you
hurting
go.
from that. I was really hurting from what I was going through with my family.
Cry it out as
Release
much as you
all the.
can.
Hold
You
on,
say,
Jen. I'm
don't hold
sorry,
it.
but I got. Hold
Go
on,
ahead.
Jen. Sorry, I gotta say this.
She's still breaking.
It don't listen still
I am.
right
I
now.
am.
You still trying to break these chains that you holding on to, and you continuing to hurt yourself, holding on to what is supposed to be released from you. Let it.
I felt it.
I'm look. And I'm only saying it like this because I feel where you coming from. You know, if don't nobody get you right now, I get you 150%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this. Can y'all rest, do y'all job, please, and thank you. Let me tell y'all this. Quit holding on to situations because they're situations. Okay? Like Jen told you earlier, let them leaves fall, baby, because springtime gonna come and the new year is gonna come in, the new beginnings are gonna come in, the new cleansings are gonna come in. And the only way that these things can happen is if you release and get rid of those old leaves, those old tied, dried, burnt out leaves that's not doing anything but stopping the growth of those new bright green leaves that's coming to bring you natural healing, love, and light.
Yep.
Let it go. I
Yep.
don't care who it is. Let it go because you're blocking those that's for you
Yep.
because they can't come into that energy with you. They can't
Mm-mm.
exchange that energy with anybody. And if it's the energy that you're absorbing, that means that's what you're going to put out. They can't come into that energy with you. Let it go. Let it go. It's going to be hard, baby, but it's first. Self love is the best love, and can't nobody love you like you.
Definitely. For the past couple of weeks, I've been battling with myself, literally battling because I know me. I know I can go back into that place where I'm in a deep thought, or I'm depressed, or I'm in my room, or I'm stuck there, and then that shit ain't good. Excuse me, that ain't good for nobody.
If you look at it like this, when you see apples on a tree, right, and one of them apples rots, the all the fruit around it's gonna rot too. So you hanging on to that rotten fruit is rotting the rest of your body. You're hurting yourself. Release it. Release it, girl. If you gotta cry 100 times, I don't care if that's what it takes. Cry 100 times and let it go. And if it
Baby, I
don't
be
work the
listening.
first time, try again.
Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River. Better put that
Y'all
thing on
problem.
repeat, girl. Be in there. Cry me
And
a
I and
river.
I
You better get
I
going,
I
girl.
dislike because she knows something is wrong because she constantly texts me, be like, "You okay? Something ain't right. You okay?" And this is why I love my boo so much because she knows when something's up with me, just like I know with her. And she texts me before the show, "You okay?" I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to keep a smile on my face, and she know I'm not, and I just like that so much.
But that's good.
But
That
That's
means
that's
because
you
you
why I
see,
keep
love
because
her
once
though.
you,
listening.
That's why I love her.
it's the same with Jen. Once you actually could, like, once you exchange energy with somebody and y'all are continuously fruitful to each other, y'all are continuously giving each other good love, good energy. You will feel when that energy is out.
Yep.
You'll feel when it's shifted. You'll feel when something's not right. So I'm gonna tap in. It's been several times I've done it to Jen. Jen could be on her stream, laughing, grinning, big old bright Kool-Aid smile. She do it all the time.
But you can feel the different energy.
I know when something's wrong, and I go if I see her and I can feel it. I'm a text her.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna inbox her on IG. I know she
Last
gonna see
night,
it.
and it comes somewhere. Sometimes, like last night, it comes sometimes from places you don't even realize. Last night, I was streaming, right, and anyone who knows me, I just won. I just won in the awards, streams the most. Okay, but people have noticed I'm not streaming as much, right? So last night, Michigan King, I'm gonna say his name, but he came in and he's like, "How you feeling?" And I'm like, "I'm all right, kind of feel icky." He's like, "No, I mean, how are you doing mentally?" And I was like, "See, it just got quiet, did the boy? I swear the air just left the room." But that's what it felt like. I was like, "Wow, like." Wonder what, but for someone to that I don't see as often, for them to say that, I was like, he's paying attention. People know your mannerisms. They know you, especially on these streams. If you come into my live, and especially as much as I stream before, you get to know me. You know my energy. You know, well, anyone who knows me knows. My face delivers me every time. I can't hide it. I can't fake a smile. I can't fake liking somebody. It's gonna be written all over my face. You know,
She can't either.
I can't.
Yeah,
Even
you can't
Yemi,
either.
I
she
wasn't
used
even
to
in
be
there.
in my live so often. She would be in my live so often. Yemi would mess with me like, "You all right, boo?" Like, but she would be in my live so often. She knew when the energies was off. Man, Yams used to be in my live. She would just be in there for hours. She's like, "I'm still here," but she could just tell. But just a glance, like, something ain't right, you know.
Hmm.
I do the same with her. Like when I see that her energy is off, I go get everybody. Her brothers, the stupid people in the lab. I go get everybody. We finna all make her laugh today. What's up?
No, for real, they do. They do. Like we'll get because we have a group chat, and before we get into game, because we have meetings and everything. Like I'm very big when it comes to the Martian, and we have game meetings, and before the meeting, I always ask, "How are you? How is your mental? Is there anything you want to talk about? Get it off your chest. Is there any issues? We talk about those things as a family because at the end of, and we're not a family on this app. We're a family off this app. You feel me? Like we created this energy amongst each other because it's necessary for you to tap in, for you to care. You know what I'm saying? So we actually do that in our game meetings, and y'all don't want to know how throw it up in game meetings,
We
but we
ignorant.
definitely
I'm
do that.
sorry. We ignorant.
We definitely do that. But Jen, I want to say something to you because I feel like it needs to be said. Ooh, child, I'm getting chills. I hate,
I'm
but
already tearing
hate,
up. I don't even know
no
what
hate.
you're gonna say.
Ah, listen when I say this, and I feel like it. I keep vibrating. My body feel like it's vibrating, so I know I'm supposed to be saying it. In the midst of anything, and it doesn't matter what the case is. In the midst of anything, you continue to stand tall. It doesn't matter what the case is. You've been through a lot. I've been through it with you in some cases. I've heard through it, the whole 9 yards. Remember that you were built for tough, for anything that comes your way. And if you can't control it, baby, if it's something that's out of your control, you send it to the Most High. You let the Most High let the divine do its job. Other than that, you stand 10 toes in yours. Continue to build yourself because, baby, you are a beautiful energy that people need to see and know. So I'm gonna need to tell you that as my friend, and it's emotional, but know that, because I can feel something. I be feeling this stuff, and it messes with me sometimes because it be my people that I'm close to, and I can really feel when something's wrong. So
That's how I am too.
I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I love you too.
Know that you are loved, baby. You are very
Please,
loved.
I just got through crying. Let's not. No.
I had to tell her, yeah, that's my friend. So when y'all don't really know what Jen goes through after that. And that's my friend. That's one I consider a friend. Not just there's somebody I know on the app, okay, whatever. No, that's a friend. Okay? It's my sister. So I know and I can feel when something's shifted and something's not right. Girl, you are everything. Everything.
Oh, Jesus, Lord have
You don't need
mercy. I can't.
nobody else to tell you that. You are everything. You don't need an app to confirm that for you. You don't need a man, a dog, a cat, nothing. You
Who?
yourself are everything. Know that.
We're
I'm
all about to
sorry.
cry.
Child, I'm over here crying. I ain't.
Ooh, wee.
I had to tell her that.
Ooh.
And look, if you don't listen, let me tell you something. We all have to support each other. This app is an app. People put on masks and faces and makeup every day just to hide what is realistically going on. And you just never know. So trust and believe me. This is reality when I tell you that, girl, you are everything. Girl, you are a sunflower that's blooming. Do you hear me? Your petals are opening to so many different opportunities. Remember that you have done a lot outside of this app. You have done so much outside of this app to elevate somebody else. I want you to take that time and put it into you. Elevate yourself, mama. Elevate yourself. You don't need nobody else to do that. You come well equipped. Well equipped. You don't need that. You got this. And I'm here if you need me. Even if you don't need me, I don't care. If you want to get on there and put on your wig, okay, and put, put
Be heady one.
baby, put my head in there. Listen, I'll be on the FaceTime with you and we can cry while you put on heady. I don't care. I'm here for it. But no, that's what friends do. That's what you do. You be there for your friends. That's what this show is for. This show is the purpose of healing, of love, of light. It's not for us to just come here and talk about questions. These questions are opening up room for things to start transpiring. We're not doing this just for the fun of it. People make shows for the fun of it. Me, Jen, your show is not a show that I've noticed just for the fun of it. It's to help others. Now it's time to help you. Period. All right. With that being said, um, we already asked the last question. For y'all that's just coming up in here, you're a little late because the show was like forever ago. But it's okay. It's okay because we got it recorded. You can go to the YouTube, go to the bio, go follow, like, subscribe, all of our stuff. Everybody in here. Now, Yams don't really be doing too much, but she over here. So you better fade her so you can find her, okay? You find her now. All right. Before we leave out, I'm gonna start with Jen. If you would, beautiful, just let the live know who you are and what you have going on and off the app.
I am top bed, big top bed. Jen and Juice. You can find me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Red Room Talk. This week we're actually talking about relationship boundaries and how to set boundaries so you can create a healthy relationship. Um, Also, every Tuesday I do Cut the Beat with G-Way. Every Thursday Getting Lit with Kingy at 9 p.m. And then Fridays 8 p.m. tonight. Make sure y'all wear your pajamas. Come get your faves up so y'all can get your badges, okay? Come get your faves up. Come enjoy some music, some games. We're gonna have some banter, of course. But bring your pajamas and just come relax. Come as you are. You don't even have to be in pajamas. Just show up. Come get your faves and have a conversation. You might meet some new people that you need in your life. So,
I
yeah.
say, I need listen. Y'all make sure y'all pull up on my baby. All right, hit that fade button right now on the Jen to my juice and pull up tonight. All right. Um, Greetings. All right, Angel. If you
Yeah.
would, darling, let the live know who you are and what you have going on and off there.
I'm Angel Eyes. I do a show on here every Saturday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Central Time. I don't know the other time zones. I just know I'm in Central Time. And CEO Empress Jai's gonna be on it tomorrow with Wifey the Boss. Off the app, not too much right now. Got to get through a lot of stuff. That's okay though. I'm getting through it. Um, Big auction tomorrow. Where's that go? Big auction, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm first. It's a versus.
So that means you gotta actually be on time.
Yeah,
Make sure y'all be on
yeah.
time. But Angel,
You're late.
look,
Okay.
look. And Yams, is there anything you want to say? Should you want to tell live who you are, what you do?
I'm Yams. I don't do much. I just like going into people's lives, showing love the best way I can. But this is very much needed for me today. And I think that's why my body was like, go ahead, get up. Because it's something you need to hear. Because I promise you, I was going to go back to sleep. I was. Not going to lie. I
That's
was. But my
mhm.
body just not wouldn't let me go back to sleep for some odd reason. It just would not.
I
I was
definitely
surprised she requested. I'm like, we
too.
normally don't have nobody request them.
I had to, because some in my
Oh, I was
spirit
here
just would
for it.
not
I was
let
here
I
me.
for it.
needed it too. I mean, I actually you'll see a message in your inbox that I was like, please don't ask any questions today or ask or play any games today, because I was feeling what I was feeling, and
Hmm.
I was like, okay, but we got to pick up our bootstraps, well, knowing how much we feel. You know what I'm saying? So it was healing for me. I needed it. I needed to get it out, I think. So I definitely appreciate you. I'm big on gratitude, so I definitely want to thank you for having me today. I needed it.
You know I love you, girl.
Definitely love everybody in this box. Dig, you my girl. Love you forever. Boo, you already know what it is.
I love
Angels,
you
I
too.
just met you. But hey, love your energy, love everything.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get up out of here.
It's the
Love you.
energy for me. Love you more, baby. You already know. Um, so you guys who are not familiar with these beautiful spirits, make sure that y'all attack. I tech. Don't you better not do nothing. Woo. Make sure that y'all tap in. With them. Make sure that y'all tap in with them. Get them faved up. Go vibe out with them. Before they leave though, I want to make sure they hear it because I got some information that I want to let y'all know. Say it with my chest. All right. For you guys who were not familiar with the previous show, before we got to Living Holistic, we had a show called The Round Table. The Round Table was and Jen made my flyers for the round. Jen, we need new flyers. But anyway, okay, listen. If you need your flyers done, make sure y'all tap in. Hello. If you're not familiar, the Round Table was a show that we had that we, pretty much all ganged up around and we discussed several different topics and questions, kind of similar to here, but we ended up kind of veering off and going into Living Holistic and we got it featured. But the roundtable will be coming back the second week in January. It will be coming back on Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. This time, we have two co hosts. And oh, I don't know if y'all are ready for these co hosts, but Slim will be one of my co hosts and also Who is Lord. If you're not familiar with Who is Lord, just know you gonna know. It's definitely gonna be a vibe every Wednesday. You'll be sending in your topics through the IG of what you want us to discuss. We will discuss those topics on the live. We will discuss several different topics in the roundtable. So it's basically like a live podcast. And we are gonna sit down and have these discussions. We will also have special guests. So if you would like to be on Living Holistic or the roundtable, make sure that y'all hit the IG and tap in with me so we can get you on there. But the round table is no filters. So
No
let's
filters.
go and go for what you know. All right. It's just,
No
that's
filters.
what it is. Right. We don't have any, parental control of it's none of that over here. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that y'all tap into that because it'll be coming very, very soon, second week in January. All right. So with that being said, I want to leave you beautiful ladies with this message. I appreciate you guys so much. Today's episode, I felt needed both of you. And I'm so happy that it panned out the way it did because this was beautiful. It was beautiful not only for me, but for others in the comments as well. So thank you for being such a beautiful light in so many dark places. So thank y'all very much. Um, is there anything else you ladies would like to say? Because if not, we done.
That sounds right.
Oh,
Sorry.
drop your
Look
pot.
at my face.
You say who? She said she gonna come back.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
What she say? This the